everyone, welcome to the video. And today we're going to learn how to do the rib stitch for knitting. Makes these like lines of ribbing, and that's on both sides. What we're going to use is this yarn. Here's the actual type because it accidentally ripped off. And we're going to be using our normal knitting needles. Okay, so to start, we have to make a slip knot. We need the tail to be a bit long. So let's say, that's probably more than enough. So we make the cross. We pull some of that through to make the slip knot. Put it on. Pull it tight, but not too tight in which it's not going to be able to slide. Okay, so I've taught this before, and it's just as easy. I normally put my fingers like this, grab both of these, and flip it out so there's this loop, the cross section on the thumb, and just holding it like this here. So do it. You have to go from underneath on the thumb, right there, wrap it around what's on the pointer finger, and pull what's on the pointer finger through, and then pull the tail down with your thumb normally. Or if you want to do it with all your fingers, pull it as much as you need, not too tight though. Again, then you do it again, like this. The tail is connected to the thumb, the actual working line is attached to the pointer finger. Again, with the cross like this, go from underneath, wrap around with the pointer finger, put the thumb over there, and then pull using the thumb. Last time, fingers like this, flip it over, put it through the bottom of here, around here, and through the loop. And you just do that until you have the amount of stitches you want the width to be. Quick side note, remember to make sure this is an even amount of stitches at the beginning, because if you don't have an even amount casted on, then it might become a seed stitch, which is completely different, and I will explain in another video. So just make sure that you cast on an even number of stitches. Okay, so once we have the amount we want, we're going to be working with the working end, meaning the side that's not the tail end that's cut off. This we're just gonna tie off and cut off, like once we have a decent amount done. Alright, so for this kind of stitch, we're gonna need two types of stitches, which is the knit stitch and the purl stitch, which are the two most common stitches when it comes to knitting. Okay, so normally I put it like this on my fingers just to make it easier. So what you have to do for the first stitch, which we'll do the knit stitch, you have to go from this loop, the bottom of the right, through the back. It goes from bottom to top, so it looks like that. And it's crossed with this on the bottom, going from the bottom of this to the top of this side. You wrap it around there, and you pull it through. Don't do what I just did. I just lost it. And that's fine. And then you just pull it off of there. Now for the purl stitch, on the other hand, we're going to have to pull this over. Put it from the top of this one to the bottom. Wrap it around. Pull it through. And then pull it off. Again, for the first few rows, it's going to be a little difficult since there's a lot of tension built up, but after a while it should be much easier. Again, this is in the back for the knit stitch. We put it from the bottom to the top of the back area. Wrap it around and pull it through, and then pull that off. Now again, we're going to the purl stitch. So we take this back string, pull it over there, so it's in the front instead of the back. Take this, Put through the top of here to the bottom in front of the one that has all the previous stitches. Wrap it around, pull it through, and pull that one off. I'll show it one more time. We're taking that back there for the knit stitch, putting in bottom to top of the back, wrap it around, pull through, pull off. And then to the purl stitch, pull that over from the top to the bottom in the front of this one, not in the back like the knit stitch. Wrap it around, pull it through, and then pull this one off. And you keep doing that till you're done with the row. Then you flip it over and switch hands. Like if it was here, you'd flip it and then work on it the other way. It's a back and forth kind of thing. So you keep doing that until you're done with the scarf. Okay, so now that we're at the very end, we get to finish this up. And there's multiple ways of finishing it. I normally do it the same way though, no matter what kind of stitch. Alright, so let's push this up. We're gonna do a normal knit stitch for most of these. Put it into the back area, wrap it around, pull through, and then take this off. Gotta keep this in the back because it's the knit stitch the whole time. Again, bottom to top in the back. We do that for the second one, pull it off. And what we do for this is instead of doing anything else, we take the one on the back and pull it forward. Let's do it again. Through bottom of here, through the back, up, around, and through. We take the one we made before, the one we just made, and we pull it through like that. All you gotta do is do that for every single one of these, and then you're good. And this is the final product. I had to tie off both of the ends, just simple knots on the edges and then cutting off. It's really soft. Took me a lot less time than normal for some reason. I think it's because normally for the rib stitch it allows much more stretching because of the alternating knitting and purling. But I'm pretty happy with how this came out. I really hope you guys enjoyed. See ya! And hey, if you enjoyed this video and learned something, I'd like you to consider using your new skills for charity. There's so many organizations all around the world that need donations of handmade items such as the scarves and blankets we make on this channel. You can find a list of some of these organizations in the PDF in the description, or you can see if your local homeless shelters and animal shelters will take donations. If you do donate, consider telling about your donations in the comments. I'd love to see how this channel has been helping people make a positive impact in the world. Have a good one!